Hi, I'm Paul Dvorak, editor of Windpower Engineering Development magazine.
And I'm Nick Abraham, managing editor of Windpower Engineering Development magazine. We're here to talk a little about a wind industry issue in a recent article in the magazine titled, "Looking Out for Our Avian Neighbors." Critics often point out that wind farms occasionally harm avian wildlife, such as eagles and bats. But the wind industry, universities, and other companies are working to minimize those takes with research to better understand the behavior of birds and bats around wind farms.
That's right, Nick. A human observer looking for birds would be the most reliable method for spotting them near a wind farm. But somebody on guard 24/7 at the corners of a wind farm is a bit much to ask. Radar, however, shows great promise in spotting birds that might be approaching a wind farm.
One company, Lawford Wind, has been experimenting with the company's radar, which was initially developed for spotting aircraft. The radar tracked a trained falcon that is allowed to fly around a wind farm. A company spokesman says they have not yet reached any conclusions.
Another company called Detect also has radar along with devices for scaring birds away from ground hazards such as oil ponds. However, for a wind farm, the most efficient tactic would be to curtail the turbine when the soaring bird gets too close and then restart it once the bird passes. But these researchers are also looking at alternatives such as noises and lights to keep the birds away.
Condors are of interest because there are only about 235 left. So researchers from the University of West Virginia are studying condor flight patterns using GPS devices attached to the birds. In about a year, after they examine the flight patterns, they will be able to draw some conclusions regarding condor behavior and territory. So the end result could help suggest good and poor locations for future wind farms.
Bats, on the other hand, are one species for which we have a solid product called Bat Shield from wind turbine OEM Gamesa. It was developed with the assistance of the University of Delaware, which has a Gamesa turbine on campus. The university provided the company with some behavioral characteristics regarding bats, and Gamesa turned that information into a control algorithm. Bat Shield monitors the time of day, the time of year, wind speed, temperature, and a few other parameters that usually indicate bats are in the vicinity. And when the parameters are met, the controls may curtail the turbine or delay its start. The company says that from a recent study, bat takes have been trimmed by 90%, and they're still working on to save that last 10%.
Thanks, Paul. For more videos, visit windpowerengineering.com. We will see you next time.